I mean, this is me you talking to here. It ain't just basketball, baby. I love me some boxing. Which is why I sit here with sadness today to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Money Mayweather.
Well, my first take about it is that Floyd knows better than that. He knows that I say what I mean and I mean what I say. And if anybody's backtracking, some would say that he's backtracked. Even if I did backtrack, which I don't believe that I do, at least I got a legitimate reason to. I work for somebody. I have to answer to somebody. That's ESPN. You want to call that a shame, then call most of the American public being shameful because they're employed by somebody else. Floyd is worth close to $500 million, if not more. But he's backtracked from time to time, so I'd ask him to look in the mirror in that regard, and I'll leave it at that in terms of that particular point of view.
Stephen A. Smith has never been afraid to challenge high-profile figures, and Floyd Mayweather's controversial real estate claims have become one of his latest targets. As questions continue to surround Mayweather's reported business dealings, Smith has emerged as one of the most vocal critics demanding answers and transparency.
Ladies and gentlemen, chaos broke out. And I'm not talking about legit, bona fide boxing, pure boxing chaos. I'm talking about the kind of stuff.
You know how I feel about Floyd. You know how great I think he is as a boxer, as a fighter. I think he's the best on the planet, and I stand by that. I'm going to be a man about this because somebody needs to. Here's the bottom line. Floyd Mayweather Jr. continues to tell the public that he just wants to give the fans what we want to see.
Despite his criticism, Smith has consistently expressed admiration for Mayweather's accomplishments inside the ring. He has often described Floyd as one of the greatest defensive fighters in boxing history and praised the discipline that helped him remain undefeated throughout his professional career. However, Smith believes that respect for Floyd's boxing legacy should not prevent legitimate questions from being asked when controversies arise outside the sport.
And I'm pointing like this because we're in New York City right now. We're in Manhattan. That's what we do. Come on. All this money made. No partners. All by myself. Over 1,000 apartments. I'm just getting started.
Controversy gained momentum after Mayweather publicly announced what he described as a major real estate acquisition in New York City. According to Floyd, the deal involved dozens of residential properties and represented another significant step in his growing business empire. He showcased the investment through videos and public statements, presenting it as one of the largest moves of his post-boxing career.
It just, once you get around someone, you be looking up to these people so bad, and like once you get around, they don't be who they say they is or who they portray to be. You be like, damn. I was 21 at the time, and I haven't fought in like 7 or 8 months. He was like, you gotta fight this fighter, which is Joseph Pedraza. You don't fight him, you're not fighting. You're sitting on the show. So I had to fight him. I got evicted. I had to sell my jewelry. They were saying that I was messing with his daughter off of the fact that she kept Snapchat. So they sent it to Floyd, and Floyd brought it up. He would say that he gave me like money to get my mom out the hood, but me being from the hood, 10, 15,000, that's not, after a couple months, she gonna be back in the hood.
His devastating power and flair-packed rhinos after splitting from Mayweather Promotions in 2022. He's headlined lucrative PP bouts, like against Ryan Garcia, showing Dupin appeal Mayweather's early support training promotion. And exposure accelerated his rise, but Davis' talent and drive suggest he'd still thrive. His path might have been slower yet. His boxing prowess ensures
not everyone accepted the announcement at face value. Journalists and industry observers quickly began examining public records in an attempt to verify the transaction. As scrutiny increased, questions emerged regarding ownership details and whether the deal had occurred exactly as it had been presented. The lack of publicly available confirmation fueled speculation and generated widespread debate.
Floyd Money Mayweather retired from boxing 50-0. That individual that he was fighting right there is the grandson of the late infamous mobster John Gotti. I am not aware of John Gotti III having any real kind of boxing background. I did not see the fight, although I heard he lost every round and Floyd Money Mayweather was whipping him pretty good. I was not there. I did not see it. I do not know. Here's what I do know, which is where my disappointment comes from. When you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather, everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space.
Mayweather's lavish lifestyle has always been central to his brand. Known for his towering stacks of cash, multi-million-dollar jewelry, luxury cars, and extravagant spending habits, he's cultivated an image of unfiltered wealth. He once spent millions in a single shopping spree that required police escort, owns an $18 million diamond-encrusted watch, and is often seen aboard private jets with duffel bags filled with cash. His persona is built on financial dominance, but critics argue that this image may be more performance than reality.
I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop. You want to get Conor McGregor in the ring for an exhibition match? All right, that's fine. You know, Conor sold that. It was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC. I get it. John Gotti III, I don't know anything about him. I'm not trying to disrespect him. And yes, I'm being smart. I'm not trying to disrespect the grandson of a mobster. Fair enough. But what I'm trying to say is this. When you're great, when you're elite, not just anybody deserves to be in your pristine space. And what I mean by that is I'm not talking about on the street or anything like that. Boxing is your thing.
Further reports suggested that the situation may have been more complex than initially described. Some sources claimed that Mayweather's involvement could be limited to a smaller ownership interest rather than complete control of the properties. Critics argued that the way the deal was presented created a very different impression from what available information appeared to show.
Floyd Mayweather fought another exhibition against Gotti last Saturday. A real the crowd booing in the arena at the end. But in the middle of the second round, Floyd literally had the referee swapped out. He didn't like that the referee told him to stop hitting behind the head. Floyd is used to having the refs do whatever he wants, and he wasn't getting his way this time. It was so embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard. I know life is expensive. But come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse. Your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro.
Throughout his career, Mayweather built a brand centered on extraordinary wealth and luxury. Exotic cars, private jets, expensive jewelry, designer clothing, and stacks of cash became recurring themes of his public image. The Money Mayweather persona helped transform him into one of the most recognizable athletes in the world. However, some critics have long questioned whether the public image fully reflects reality behind the scenes.
Money made all day. You know, right here, a light million. Over there, counting up another million over there. Walk with me, ladies and gentlemen. Let me take you into my life. So Andrew Jackson, of course, is on the 20. Benjamin Franklin right here. You know, money made all day. We in the bank, doing what we do best, counting money.
Questions about Mayweather's finances have also been fueled by some of his most ambitious claims regarding earnings and investments. Over the years, Floyd has frequently discussed the enormous amounts of money he says he has generated through business ventures and partnerships. While supporters view these statements as proof of his success, skeptics argue that many of the figures have never been independently verified.
How about Mayweather?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that Mayweather was unquestionably one of the best ever. But I don't know. I mean, it's difficult to say he's not a true fighter because he fought everybody he could of his era. But he was a different kind of skill set, you know. He was very much hit and don't get hit, which is the art of boxing. I think sometimes when these guys carry on and they do the exhibitions and all that kind of stuff, it just sort of diminishes the legacy a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
And that's what I feel like's happened with Mayweather.
Why do you think he does those things, though? Do you think
For money.
But
I don't think he's got the money he says. That's what I think.
You think he still needs the money?
I don't
after
think
all
he
these
needs
years?
the money. But you know when you got that lifestyle, right? So when you're spending what he's spending,
It's a lot of expenses.
Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith has pointed to Mayweather's post-retirement activities as another reason for concern. Rather than disappearing from the spotlight after achieving financial security, Floyd has remained active through exhibition boxing events around the world. While Mayweather insists these appearances are simply entertainment, critics argue they may also reflect a continuing need to generate substantial income.
You might see footages of Dwayne Wade training his son. You don't see Dwayne Wade playing against just anybody. He's not doing it. You haven't earned that privilege. It's a privilege to be in the company of greatness, in their venue, in their habitat, in their specialized, home, per se. Floyd Money Mayweather should not be letting just anybody in the ring with him.
Mayweather has never hidden his confidence when discussing money. Through interviews and social media posts, he often highlights his financial achievements and business accomplishments. According to Floyd, his investments continue to produce significant returns, allowing him to maintain the lifestyle he has become known for. Nevertheless, such claims have done little to silence ongoing skepticism.
Maybach, a Maybach, whatever you want to call it. Of course, the McLaren, the original McLaren. Bentley, Rolls, 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 Rolls. The Maybach truck or Maybach truck, whatever you want to call it.
Promoter Eddie Hearn has also publicly commented on the subject. Hearn has questioned some of the financial narratives surrounding Mayweather and admitted that he remains unconvinced by certain claims. While he acknowledges Floyd's enormous career earnings, Hearn believes there are still unanswered questions regarding the true scale of his wealth and business success.
Y'all think Floyd was trying to scam us? Or y'all think he got scammed? I see a lot of people jumping out the window, you know what I'm saying, jumping on his back. Talk about, he lied, he lied, he lied, he lied, he lied. Maybe he did, but you think it's possible that he got scammed? He got lied to, somebody sold him sold him some beach land and slow down gentrification and not, contribute to it. But, I left it alone, whatever. We ain't hear nothing about it for a while. Now I get up and I'm hearing all of this this talk about he's a liar, he's broke and he this, and so yeah, he made this, he announced that he made the purchase.
As reporters investigated the real estate story further, additional inconsistencies reportedly surfaced. Attempts to verify details of the transaction led to conflicting accounts and unanswered questions regarding ownership structures and business arrangements. Rather than ending the controversy, each new development appeared to create even more uncertainty.
You know what's crazy? People are always in my business worried about what I'm doing, what Floyd is doing, what Floyd ain't doing, what I do got, what I don't got. Just know, I'm gonna stay in my lane, I ain't gonna f with nobody, and I don't want nobody f with me. If I go on vacation, my fault. When I go on vacation for 30 days, I take 30 watches with me. But you know what? What's crazy is this. If we add 10 more days, I take 10 more watches. But then I say, if I want to bring out the one and only, then I bring out the watch that costs 18 million. Matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do for you haters today? I'm gonna go $50,000 because I ain't got shit else to do. Money made all day.
Smith also expressed concern about the direction of Mayweather's post-retirement boxing activities. He argued that legendary athletes should carefully protect their legacy and avoid situations that could diminish the respect they earned throughout their careers. In his view, sharing the ring with opponents who have not reached elite boxing standards risks undermining the prestige associated with Floyd's accomplishments.